Here are 4 easy stretches that I learned from a physical therapist to instantly improve our bad posture. This is what my posture normally looks like. It's bad. And this is from years of just bad habits, sitting wrong, sleeping wrong, sitting at a desk, editing, doing all the things and doom scrolling in bed. That's left me very painful neck, shoulder, and back. And I'm sure a lot of us are like this because that's just the life we live now. Fun fact, our head weighs around 10 pounds, which is the weight of a small watermelon on top of our vulnerable neck. So when we kind of hunch and protrude, that's actually putting additional weight and pressure onto the neck because it has to support this bent situation, which is then potentially adding weight to your whole body. And so everything just becomes weak. So I decided to do us all a favor and visit a physical therapist to get some easy tips on how to fix our trash posture. Because honestly, posture is everything. It makes our clothes look better, it makes us look more confident, and it just completely changes how you look. But not just that, because as we age, we don't want to get locked into these bad positions that will give us body pains and aches and things like migraines and headaches. That also has to do with how poorly things are circulating, which also leads back to posture. So I am at Phoenixcare and we have...
I'm Dr. Lee. I'm Doctor of Physical Therapist. Yes.
So he explained to me that most of our bad posture actually just comes from modern life, like sitting, scrolling, leaning forward at our desks. So what happens is the muscles around our chest and the front of the neck, we have them here, start to get really tight because it's hunched, while the muscles on the upper, middle, and lower back, as well as the back of the deeper neck muscles, get weaker and forgotten. And the more prolonged we're in these bad positions, the more it will kind of travel downwards and affect our hip, our legs, and just everything, where it can make your left and right side disc, hip disc, disjointed. Scary! He quickly checked my standing posture and instantly saw that my shoulders were rounding forward and it's supposed to be sitting back a little. So he said the upper and mid thoracic was weak. But not just that, he also said my pelvic region, here, was shifted from sitting too long, which makes the hip flexors short and it creates tightness in the hamstring. So basically my whole body was off. From head to shoulders to hips. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, all wrong. But what's interesting is there's actually a term for this.
We call it with cross syndrome. So cross syndrome is not lower part and upper part weak. Your weakness, your upper body, and definitely this can suffer your posture.
It's not just the top portion that's misaligned, it's also the top and bottom. So I'm gonna take you through exactly what he showed me. Some are stretches, some are easy strengthening exercises, and each exercise is less than a minute, so it's super simple. First is the chin tuck. So there's something that I'm sure we all do because we all use our phones, and it's called the turtleneck syndrome, or sometimes even called tech neck. And it's literally because we're using tech all day. What we tend to do is kind of lean forward, and that's led to this whole region just shifting forward, which is not a natural position for our spine alignment and body alignment. And this stretch targets the neck flexors, which literally hold our head above our spine. And how we do it is we create double chins. So while you sit or stand, we just gently draw the chin straight back towards the back of the head like you're making a double chin. Hold for a couple seconds and then release. And you should feel a stretch at the base of your skull. And my PT said to think tall spine and chin back, not chin down. We're not going like this, we're bringing it back. And you should really feel it at the back of your neck. This one's super easy. You can do 10 reps of this multiple times a day. It really just depends on you, especially if you start feeling any pain there, just tuck it back. Second exercise is the chest opener. This is super important. So once again, because most of us sit at a desk all day or we use our phones a lot, it makes our chest area around here and the shoulders, the pectorals, super, super tight. And when these muscles here are tight, it will draw in the shoulders so that we get these like nasty rounded shoulders. So this stretch directly counteracts that and lifts it back up. And I learned 2 ways to do this. If you're at an office, I'll show you how you can do it on your chair. And then at home, there's a more challenging version. At the desk, you just clasp your hands behind your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then lift your chest and hold that for around 20 seconds. You should feel a nice opening across that front chest and shoulder area. And this one feels so good. You'll definitely feel it around between the chest and shoulders. And just bring the shoulders back, rest, and then you can repeat this 5 to 10 times. Now, the version at home, which is what I love, using a foam roller. This one was super effective when he got me to do it. So what you do is you lie back onto the foam roller and place it just under the shoulder blades with the hands behind your head, and you slowly lean back and push the chin upwards so that your head falls back. And keeping the arms flat across both sides of your neck, you'll feel a stretch right in that inner chest area. It was so tight for me. Breathe out and then lift up and bring everything towards the center of the chest. Keep the arms wide and straight, and then breathe all the way out. And then lift up and bring everything towards the center of your chest. He said he recommends doing this like after work, so when you get home, and for about 10 to 15 minutes. So however many reps you can fit in. I like this kind of time duration because everyone's very different. This looks easy, but wow, that stretch is insane. Like you feel just how tight this area really is. Years of rounded shoulders. All right, the next exercise was after I told him I also kind of get some back pain as well as tightening of this area, and he showed me this wall stretch. And for this, you just need to find a wall, stand facing a wall, and bring both arms up and lean against the wall with your elbows. And the elbows are bent around a 45-degree angle, and you're basically in a folded arm position like we were before, but just up against a wall. And from there, we're slowly leaning our entire body forward with the chest dropping towards the wall until you feel this stretch open up across your entire chest and in front of the shoulders, and bend the back and hold that for around 20 to 30 seconds, breathing into it. What I love about this exercise compared to the previous one, even though they're similar, is that the wall essentially locks your arms in place. So it really holds the stretch more than, like lying down, so that that stretch can go deep into the pecs and also the shoulders. You can also adjust the height of your elbows to hit slightly different parts of the chest. So the higher the arms will target the lower pec, while lower arms get more of an upper chest and front of the shoulder stretch. So the more that you do this, the more you'll feel those kind of like activations in different areas. The next one is called YTW, and that's because we're literally recreating the formation of these to get a stretch. And this one sounds simple, but let me tell you, when I was doing it, I was sweating up a storm because now we're targeting those back muscles, so the upper, the middle, and the lower back that get weaker because we're hunching forward. So for this one, you want to be lying down on a flat surface. So at the clinic, they had that little breathing hole, but he said at home, what you can do is roll up a towel, fold it in so that your forehead is resting on the raised towel so that you can still breathe. And that's how you can do it at home. Starting with the Y position. Raise your arms up and out into a wide diagonal over your head like you're making a big V. And you want the thumbs to be pointing up towards the ceiling, and squeeze the back of the shoulder blades together to keep that form. Raise up, keep it lifted for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then breathe out and bring back down. And then you can repeat this also 3 to 5 times. Then moving on to the letter T. We're going to bring our arms straight out to the sides at shoulder height, like we're making a T. Same thing, squeeze those shoulder blades up, hold it, and then bring back down. Breathe in, hold it for around 3 to 5 seconds, breathe out, and bring back down. So you can also repeat this for around 3 to 5 times. Then for the W, this one is challenging. Bend your elbows, bring them back towards your rib cage, and then lift your hands so that the arms make a W shape. Really think about squeezing that mid-back section here and not your neck. Hold it there for around 3 to 5 seconds, bring it back up towards the shoulders, and rest down. And then we're going to repeat that around 3 to 5 times. His recommendation to me was to do 10 reps and 2 sets each. So each letter, do it 10 times and do that whole thing twice. It's challenging, guys. It's really challenging. I just did one and I was like profusely sweating. Don't underestimate how simple this is. Those are the exercises that we can do every day, but that's not all, because he also shared 2 bonus tips that are just as important for us. And the first one is when we sleep. How we sleep actually has a lot to do with our posture, how we feel, because it's how we spend at least 8 hours of the night. So sleeping position is super important. For me, I'm a side sleeper, and I was asking him, like, is it side sleeping actually causing my neck pain and back pain? And he was just saying, actually, back sleepers are probably the best for your posture. But if you're a side sleeper like I am, he said to get a small pillow and rest it between the knees. And this is going to help align our head with our spine all the way to our hips and make everything flow nicely. Because where we get pain is when it's all disjointed and the hips are sinking and, the shoulders are like contorted and our legs are in a awkward position. So I bought this little pillow that's specifically to put in between the knees, and I've been using that, and honestly, it's made the biggest difference. Second thing is actually what he got me to do first, and it's actually a breathing exercise. And this might actually be one of the most unexpected but important things he shared with me that day, totally unexpected, for good posture. He said you need good breathing. So when I was lying there, he asked me to breathe and instantly saw that it was like wrong, because he was like, a lot of people just breathe in the chest. So it's like when we're anxious, we're stressed, we're, concentrating on doing our work, we're just taking like small little breaths into this like lung chest area. But he said for good posture, you need a good core, and you need to breathe into the diaphragm. So like singers, they're like, the power is in here, right? So he told me to do this exercise where you lie down, you breathe in deeply, and you want it to fill up an imaginary balloon in your stomach rather than it just ending in the chest. And while you're doing that, you want to press your spine flat down into the floor or the bed or wherever you are. And that way it's aligning the spine and it's filling up the core and it's getting everything going the way that it's supposed to be. And this is going to support everything, waist up. And you can put one hand on over the stomach while the other hand sits flat on the chest. And what we want to focus on is to not have the chest raise up. You actually want the stomach to inflate. And so we tried doing this a couple of times. I can tell you it was actually such a mental exercise actually. And so this is called diaphragmatic breathing, or also known as belly breathing. So when we breathe deeply into our belly or stomach, the diaphragm drops down and your rib cage expands, and all those neck and shoulder muscles get to actually relax. It also naturally encourages our spine to decompress and sit upright. So good breathing and good posture are like best friends. They support and reinforce each other. And this was mind-blowing for me. It was so hard. And that's everything. You can do just one of these exercises. You can do all of them. It really doesn't take long, but it does take practice. And I honestly just want to use this as a reminder for us that, you don't have to see a PT because you play sports or you were in an accident. It really is just these daily lifestyle habits that truly make the biggest difference on how we look, feel, and age gracefully, because it really is like an inner outer experience. So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our little family and press the little like button and share with anyone who that also needs to see this. Your best friend, because friends don't let friends have bad posture. See you in the next one.